Each year, we get NBA players who break out seemingly out of nowhere. These are guys who have been good rotation players in the past, have been considered just role players, or good players who stepped up their play to an all-star level up until the point they broke out. Some recent examples I got from last year, we had Jalen Johnson going from 5.6 points a game, half a steal, 3.3 rebounds, to 16 points a game, 1.2 steals, 8.7 rebounds a game, and these were all career highs for him, with some really disruptive defense as well. He was then rewarded a 5-year, $150 million contract for just how much potential he flashed from one year to another. Another player who showed some promise early, but truly broke out last year was Jalen Williams. Williams saw a significant increase in his role on the team last year, which allowed him to develop his skills further. He improved his efficiency, stayed solid on the defensive end, and improved his scoring averages as well. He became a better playmaker, overall making him a more well-rounded player for the Thunder. Then you had guys like Sengun, Kuminga, and Trey Murphy making a lot of noise from their fans, everyone calling out from the mountaintops how these players are gonna be all-stars, should be all-stars, and are the next big thing. Sengun took a massive step forward last year as the Rockets' best player now, becoming a point center. Kuminga, with his athleticism, improved offensive game, he's shown flashes of becoming a future star for the Warriors. And finally, Trey Murphy thrived in the New Orleans offense, becoming a reliable 3-and-D player for them. Now, let's look ahead to the 24-25 season. Here are some players I believe will break out this year. And the list I made are built around players that all have something in common that make me think they'll break out. Whether it's a new team, a player on their current team has been traded or signed somewhere else, or a new coaching staff. With the right combination of opportunity, development, and increased responsibility on their respective teams, these are players poised to take a leap from just a role player to key contributors to their teams or even potential all-stars. Let's look ahead to the 24-25 season, and here are some players I think that will break out this year. First, we have Braun. He's a player who will see an increased role on the team due to the departure of KCP. The Nuggets have no other choice but to give him a larger role within the offense, seeing the players that are on the roster right now. The Nuggets expanded his role from his rookie campaign to his sophomore campaign due to the loss of Braun. And now with KCP leaving for the Magic in the offseason, he has become the Nuggets' de facto starter. What leads me to think he's going to have a breakout season this year is because we started to see his role increase last year within the playoffs. He was a valuable contributor off the bench, and when he got on the court, he showed high energy and was strong on the defensive end. This is exactly what you would want to see from a young player in the NBA on a championship level team. Hustle, defense, and energy. He was rebounding, diving for loose balls, and helped maintain intensity for the starters when they needed rest. He showed offensive flashes with his timely cutting to the basket, knocking down some shots, and that's exactly what Coach Malone liked to see from a young role player. Now going into this year, he's already averaging 35 minutes a game in the first few games of the year as a starter. A huge leap from 20 minutes a game last year and 15 the year prior, his rookie year. Defense and hustle got him onto the court his first 2 years, and he's still showing flashes on breaking out on the defensive end. With his high motor, size being 6'6", 220, he's been able to get into the passing lanes, deflect passes, and get steals. And now with being a starter, I 100% expect him to average over 1 steal a game this year with a decent amount of blocks as well. Overall, being a positive defender with great stock potential. On the offensive side for Braun, he has shown improvement shooting. He shot 38% from 3 last year, being above league average. However, I do expect this number to go down a little bit because of the increased volume, but I still expect him to be a good shooter. Already into this young season, he has doubled his scoring from last year up to 14 points a game. I expect him to sit somewhere around there, if not slightly higher. With the looks Joker's going to give him, wide open shots, cutting to the lane, why not? Braun's versatility as a wing player adds to his value, enabling him to fit into various lineups for the Nuggets seamlessly. His ability to guard multiple positions and contribute offensively makes him an indispensable asset for the Nuggets. The team dynamics further enhance his potential for a breakout year. As the year goes on, I think we'll see Braun grow into an above average role player for the Nuggets that any team, especially a championship level team, would love to have on their roster. Next, at number 4, I got Dyson Daniels. I think he's poised to break out this year due to a unique combination of factors. His recent trade to the Atlanta Hawks has placed him into a new significant role. We've seen him play well in the preseason and the first few games of this year, and he was rewarded a starting spot for the Hawks. With this increased playing time and role, it will provide Daniels ample opportunity to showcase his skills on both ends of the court. Defensively, standing at 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan, Daniels is already a standout. He ranked 10th in the NBA for steals per game last year and that was in 22 minutes a game, highlighting his ability to read the game on that end and disrupt offenses. And these numbers, I think, are expected to take a big leap with his larger role this year. With his versatility in guarding multiple positions, it gives the Hawks flexibility, allowing him to guard the other team's best wing player, which is crucial for the modern NBA defenses, and I'm sure Trae Young appreciates him for that. On the offensive side, Daniels has made notable strides on this side of the court as well. He has focused on improving his shooting mechanics and decision making, which has paid off in the preseason, and you can tell early this season as well. This development makes him a much more reliable scorer and playmaker for the Hawks, and making him that much more valuable for today's NBA. His ability to score on offense with a respectable three ball and contribute defensively will make him an integral part of the Hawks team. And coaching is very important for a young player's development. The coaching staff believes in Dyson Daniels, that's why they traded for him, and the confidence will expand in his game as well. We have seen many young players whose careers have derailed because of flawed coaching, but with Quinn Snyder promoting defense and ball movement, I think this is a good system for Daniels' skill set. In conclusion, Dyson Daniels has the talent, work ethic, and opportunity that often leads to a breakout year in the NBA. He's said to be one of the central figures in the Hawks team, poised to make a significant leap this year from last year, and has the potential to not only meet his expectations, but to exceed them, making him one of the emerging players in today's NBA. At 3, I got Tre Mann. He's another player who saw a large increase in his role due to a recent trade. Obviously, OKC is deep with young talent, and it's hard for some of the role players to get consistent playing time on this team. This trade made perfect sense for Mann, allowing more playing time while he's on the Hornets. His new role with the Hornets has given Mann the platform to display his skill set, making him an essential component of the Hornets backcourt. His preseason performance was very impressive, and it gives me hope that he will have a breakout year this year, averaging 16 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per game. He did this while maintaining an efficient scoring shooting percentage of 63 from the field and 45% from 3. That's crazy. The first few games of the regular season, he's only improved on these numbers. Mann's versatility as a guard is another crucial factor in his potential breakout. His ability to play both guard positions combined with his scoring and playmaking capabilities make him a valuable asset for the Hornets. Dame Lillard has added a layer of belief in Mann's potential as well. Lillard, who has an eye for talent in the past, has compared Mann to Anthony Simons, who had a breakout just a few years ago. With Dame's confidence in Mann, I believe we'll see a more confident Mann himself. With the Hornets looking to build a competitive roster, Mann's role in the backcourt alongside LaMelo Ball is crucial. His ability to contribute both offensively and defensively will be vital for the team's success. Since joining the Hornets, he's averaged 30 minutes a game, a big increase from his 20 minutes per game he got with the Thunder with the clogged bench. Entering year 4, and his second full year with the Hornets, with a full offseason with the coaching staff, everything should translate in his game, allowing him to take a big leap forward in development. All these factors, including his increased role, his coaching staff's belief in him, his strong preseason performance, and his versatility, is why he will have a breakout year. Number 2, I have Jaden Ivey. He's a starter for most of his rookie year, relegated to the bench for 16 games last year with a reduced role and minutes for Killian Hayes, who's not even in the NBA. This is all because of Monty Williams. My not so hot take is that Monty Williams had these horrible lineups after he got paid the highest coaching contract in NBA history just to get fired. He had no interest in coaching the Pistons. He was bag chasing, and he got his bag. Good for him. Jaden Ivey's numbers regressed from his rookie year to sophomore campaign. During his first 2 years, he had shown flashes of potential stardom, yet he has never put it completely together. But this is why he's poised to have a breakout year this year. He will have an increased role and trust within the coaching staff. Last year, the Pistons had some bad vibes around the locker room, and that was just evident. Watching Ivey last year, fans could see his body language wasn't always positive. He had to deal with Killian Hayes playing over him, as well as coaching not playing him to his strengths. The roster the Pistons constructed last year was one of the worst we've seen in a long time, and there's no doubt about that. They broke the streak for most losses in a row. The supporting cast for the Pistons has grown this year with the vets they traded for and signed for in the offseason, with the increased spacing they have this year. This will allow Ivey to attack downhill with ease, allowing easier opportunities for scoring and assists. Also, with the arrival of new coach JB Bickerstaff, Ivey's usage and role will see a significant increase. We've already seen the ball in his hands more often in the first few games of the year, along as the preseason, and Ivey's been developing his offensive game yearly, and it's becoming more consistent, and he's becoming a more well-rounded player as well. With Ivey having the ball in his hands more often production this year. We will see his playmaking and decision-making on the court opening up opportunities for his teammates as a scorer and a playmaking guard, which is very valuable in today's NBA. His shooting is much improved since his rookie year, making his jumper smoother and more reliable, and spending valuable time with Coach Fred Vinson, one of the most respected shooting coaches in the NBA. We should see him having a career shooting year. Some things I've noticed just by watching him is that he's attacking the rim under more control now. He is one of the fastest players in the NBA, especially with the ball in his hands, and it looks like he's finally honed in his top speed to keep himself under control. He'll have more freedom on the court this year. Coupled with a more confident Ivey, he will truly unleash his full potential heading into his third year. With this situation, it will allow Ivey to thrive and potentially blossom into a 20-point per game scorer. This year, he's going to be one of the Pistons' most important players, and I think one day he has potential to be an all-star. Finally, at number 1, I got Miles Duce Mcbride, another player who we will see have an increased role because of a trade that happened this offseason, mainly being Donte DiVincenzo. Duce, he's more of a pure shooter for the Knicks on the wing, and to start the year, he's been an absolute flamethrower, shooting 62% from 3. Yes, he will cool down, but that's very encouraging to see early. But if the preseason is any indication for what's to bring, where he shot 60% from the field and 45% from 3, he should be an efficient option for the Knicks, who have many mouths to feed, leaving him ample opportunity to shoot wide open shots, which his teammates will definitely create for him. What makes me excited for McBride this year is the improvement he has shown offensively with increased playing time. Just 2 years ago, he was shooting under 30% from 3. With higher volume shooting last year, he was able to get that to 41% from deep. And coming into this year, once again, we should see his volume increase with his bigger role he'll have this year. Even with his smaller frame of 6'1", 195, he boasts a 6'9" wingspan. This, along with his physical style of play and strength, allows him to be an above-average defender and gives opposing guards trouble. He has flashed elite defensive capabilities on that end. And Knicks fans are calling him a poor man's Jrue Holiday. I personally wouldn't go that far just yet, but he is pretty good. McBride's defensive prowess, combined with his on-ball defense and his ball hawk mentality, has earned him recognition as a solid defender in the league. And a coach like Tibbs, you know he's about to be playing him 40 minutes a game if he could play defense and shoot. Overall, Duce will be a great player for the Knicks this year. As of right now, he's coming off the bench, and I think he can make noise for 6th man of the year. He has definitely shown why he's more than just a role player for the Knicks. Personally, I think that the coaching staff of the Knicks were confident within his abilities, because that's why they did the trade for Cat and got rid of Donte DiVincenzo. McBride is a really good player, and I do think he'll be playing an important role for this championship level team. Overall, these are 5 players I think that will have a breakout year this year. At the very least, have a leap forward from where they were last year to this year with their development. With expanded roles and new team dynamics, new head coaches, they're ready to shine. Let me know who you think is ready to break out this year, and thanks for watching.